so very much. Everybody receive the blessing from Manny. Thank you. And what was the exact name, Manny, of that song?
That song is called Your Love Is a Song.
Thank you very much. And wide open, we do receive this. This is so wonderful. Thank you, Manny, 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 Manny. Okay, everyone. So now we do shift, we do pivot. And in order to actually go into this portion of the service, especially if you have just joined, I know someone recently joined. So we say hello and we welcome you. Yes, we do. And if you're on Facebook, we say hello and we welcome you. And in fact, around, I don't know if I'm on speaker or if you can see the gallery, but you can say hello to someone and welcome them, even if it's just with your eyes. And I want to lift up the fact that we don't get to do an experience and always be in places like this. And what I mean is to hear the sacred words and the honest words from Taylor X, to hear the tones and the song from Manny Figueroa. And of course, to hear Trevor and Lola ground us in our mission and vision statement. That is another piece too. The prayer that I offered for all of us, the blessings that you said 3 times. We see you, we hear you, we love you. I don't want us to lose sight of that. Tonight, I want to really stop and realize who we are to each other, to remember why you tuned in. Why? In fact, let's move with that. Let's move with that. And I will get to the sort of planned talk / sermon I was going to give, but I would like to hear from those of you that are comfortable why you tuned in. So we will do this Quaker style where someone will just come off mute and we will listen and witness. So why did you tune in tonight? You could be anywhere, but you're here. Why are you here with us?
I could use a good cleansing.
Cleansing. Thank you, Mark. Good to see you again. Others, why did you tune in tonight? Maybe that's
balance and
yes, sorry.
it's all right. Balance and peace.
Balance and peace.
Bringing myself back to balance after the week with people who are of like mind.
Thank you, Leslie. Others, why did you tune in tonight?
Like Leslie, that's what I was needing, was balance and peace. I'd spent over 4 years fighting a evil leader, and it had overtaken me with a lot of negativity and sadness and distrust and lack of hope and so many things. And I've just experienced such a renewal here. I am so blessed by everybody at Roll, and that's how I got here.
Thank you, Evie. Thank you. Others, let's hear it. Why Roll? Why did you tune in tonight?
I came to see beautiful faces, beautiful minds, beautiful spirits.
Great, Jenny. It's always great to see you, Jenny. Always. Thank you.
I came action where my heart is.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you, Lola. And I heard another voice as Lola was about to share, another voice.
Yes, it was me. I came to share myself, knowing that, you know, I'm not always right. I'm not always all right. Um, and and that's okay. Not being all right is okay, and I'm glad that I cannot be all right with you guys.
Bless you. Thank you. And I just want to lift up Rob comes for spiritual renewal. Wrote that in the chat.
I come here because this is the closest thing of true service to the Almighty. The inclusiveness and the seeking of justice. That is the closest I've ever come in a church situation. And thank you so much, Rev, for making this happen.
Wow. Well, we're doing it. You know, I think I'll talk about that, Taylor X. It's interesting you touched upon that because we have Jonathan that also wrote in the chat, I trust your delivery of reforming, convicting word that will more than likely impact some part of my life or what I need to do. Yes. Amen. And a shade to that. So I want to just lift up that there's different pieces, there's different parts here that are moving for all of you, that there are reasons, that there are ways and whys in which you are here, and that it is all important and that it is all good here, and that we sit at this table together. And one thing I feel very good about is affirming that we don't turn a blind eye to the injustice in the world, that we don't turn a blind eye or act complicit with violence here. And so there's a bit of a difference, my friends, revolution of love family right now. There's a bit of a difference from an interfaith element and to what this is. And that is bear with me. Okay, now I got myself into it. Here we do have hard lines, okay? We have hard lines and we have ways of thinking and being that are bold and that challenge even an interfaith structure, because we are not going to be complicit here. No. And so what is so viable about revolution of love is that you bring you. You bring you. If you are agnostic, if you are atheist, if you are humanist, if you are pagan, if you are religious, if you are spiritual, and all of the identities, if you are gay, if you are trans, lesbian, however, LGBTQIA+, however you go in there, in that community, however you identify, and so on, your abilities and your status and your class. See, we're not doing anyone any favors here. Revolution of Love, this wasn't created to be nice. It's not a nice ministry. It was created to not tolerate. It's not created to tolerate. No, this is about challenge. And this is about being bold. Oh, and so what I really respect is that even with this very fiery edge that Roll brings and carries, that you all still feel some renewal when you come here on a Sunday night. that there is some peace, that there is some contentment that you receive. And that is a very good thing, because that means we're doing the work that we are supposed to do. And that's not me doing it. That's all of us doing it. That's you saying yes to it. It's a, both hands must clap. If both hands aren't clapping, it's not going to work. And so we do this together. So to Taylor's point, it might have gotten kicked off on a certain date from an idea that I had many years before. And yet here we are together. I can't lose sight of that. And we won't lose sight of that tonight. There's a stirring in my heart, and there has been for the last several hours, or the last, I don't know, since I woke up from my nap today. And I feel like we need to go somewhere that maybe we have never gone before at one of these Zoom services. And that place is, it's a place of a mystical realm, my friends. And we've been hedging it. And I've been hedging it little by little every Sunday. It's been getting more esoteric and more weird to some people, maybe, and to others, not at all. But so I want you to imagine right now that we are on the bank, that there's a shore. Yes, I see. Imagine that we are on the bank, the water, the riverbed, perhaps. And that there is a canoe that we can all somehow fit in. And that it's time to go to the other side. It's time to make that crossover. And that they're waiting for us. Who is they? Don't think about it. Experience this. There comes a time where we have choices in front of us. There comes a time where the wounds that have kept us bound and gagged must go. There comes a time when we must push back from the table, the tables that oppress, the systems that destroy, the structures that annihilate and that kill. There comes a time when we must push back, when we must be disgusted, when we must not tolerate, because in fact, that will give us the renewal that we seek, that will give us the uplift that we encourage. There comes a time we are met with these choices tonight in a very deep way, as we remember and we recall the vision statement. And we are in the part of the vision statement, my friends, that says we claim our divine honor, divine responsibility to be change agents in the world. That's a lot. That's a lot to claim. It should be. I want to take us back. And Manny, I'm not sure we'll need the slides. I'm not sure we'll need the slides. Don't lose sight of the vision, by the way, being by this water, being in this canoe, because I pray that we're going to get to that other side where they're waiting for us with outstretched arms, smiling by the time that this portion, this talk is finished. as we have journeyed in the last few weeks, friends, we have talked about what the revolution of love is. The revolution of love is a ministry and movement of spiritual renewal and outreach, and that it's dedicated to healing. We spent a lot of time talking about healing. You've shared very openly, publicly, things that you want healing for and need healing or deserve healing for within you. And then we talked about the embrace of this ministry, and that at Revolution of Love, we embrace you. We embrace people where they are at, religiously, spiritually, and we welcoming those who are Gnostic and those who are atheist. And I talked to you about value, and I really emphasized the importance of valuing each other, of valuing yourself. And that I actually said it's the graduate work. Do you remember? I said this is the graduate work of self-love, that it's like another tier. It's another tier to self-love. And then I believe we went, where do we go from there? We went into the experience, much like what Manny was singing tonight about being wide open. We talked about forgive me. We went into the line apart about that we commit to our highest good here, that we commit to our highest good. And so we discussed our commitments and what we see for the world. That line is one of the most pivotal lines in this Revolution of Love vision statement, because we said we commit to our highest good. And from that line is this: we transform through a heart and mind opening experience, and we claim our divine responsibility and honor. Feel that. We claim our divine responsibility and honor to be change agents in the world. So when I said a moment ago that it's a lot to claim this divine responsibility and honor to be a change agent in the world, we must recall that prior to that was this commitment that we made, this choice that we made to our highest good. Let's break it down even more. As I was drifting in a liminal state last night, I started thinking about the 5 and 5 that I saw in the vision statement. And you can look at the vision statement on your own. Let's just have an experience. Let's not get too in the mind right now. Let's have an experience. And I noticed that there are 5 things up to this point of the vision statement. There are 5 things that we get to do. And I'll go over those in a sec. And then there are 5 things that the Revolution of Love does for us. The 5 and 5. And so here's what the Revolution of Love does for us that makes it, in fact, buoyant, that makes it, in fact, joyful to claim that divine responsibility and honor of being a change agent in the world. So we're golden by the time that time comes to claim, we are feeling good about it. We are feeling joyful about it. We are ready. We are as ready as we're ever going to be. We are ready to get in that canoe and go across the shore and see the people that we are going to see, meet our ancestors, meet our guides, meet the people that have been doing this work for a very, very, very long time. And the 5 things, my friends, that the Revolution of Love brings to us effortlessly is that it is a vehicle for change. This thing that is really ephemeral. It's dedicated to our healing. It's dedicated to our transformation. It's dedicated to our action. It says it right off the bat. So I like I said before, I don't want us to lose sight of anything. I want us to really have this experience and go, wow, oh my gosh, the vehicle for change. That's what this is. And to go, oh, it's dedicated. Okay, that's the first thing it does. It dedicates itself to my healing, to our healing, to our transformation, and therefore us taking action. So that's number one. That's number one. There's a word that Trevor has used a few times, I've noticed, and I hope it's okay that I said that, and that's inspiration. See, it goes on to say in this vision statement that the revolution of love inspires and motivates us. For many years, I've heard that this vehicle for change that dedicates itself to our healing and transformation in action, that from that place, people are inspired, that they're motivated. And yes, we have seen this. We have seen people go out and do the good works and create exactly what they were called to create. I pray that you are inspired. I pray that you are motivated. And maybe the creation is you. Yeah, maybe the creation is you and your healing. You're delving deep into that which no longer belongs to you. Yes. So it dedicates itself to our healing and transformation and our action. Yes, I'm talking about role. And then it inspires us. And then it motivates us. And see, there's going to be some overlap now with this 5 things that role does and the 5 things we get to do. So what I'm going to lay out here is that from that place, my friends, if we are really available, if we are really honest, and we are really willing to make those choices, that we begin to transform, that we begin to better take action to claim, to become a change agent. Why am I going over this? The reason I'm going over this is because we have to be very clear on not just what role is doing, but I believe this is our life's work. We are here to heal and we are here to love. And that is a very, very simplified statement. I realize that. But there are a lot of things under those umbrellas of healing and love. And so why I'm bringing this up now tonight and really breaking this down and almost like going into the minutia of all this is, again, so we don't lose sight of the journey. And so we can get that much more into it, that much more sophisticated about it. Yes. See, when we really know what's going on, we have a richer connection with source, with spirit, with our abilities, with our skills, with our gifts. Let's go a little further now. I'm going to go into the other 5. So remember, okay, revolution of love, what it does for us without us even realizing, without maybe even myself, when I wrote this vision statement, I don't even think I realized it. Or vision, did I say mission? Vision statement, I don't know what I just said. But what it has been doing for us is that it is a vehicle for change. And it dedicates us into healing and transformation and action. It inspires us. It motivates us, thereby transforming us and allowing us to lift off, to claim who we are, to claim our power. Ooh, power is a weird word, isn't it? Power can be a dangerous word. To claim our power, to claim our power as a change agent. Yes. This is really big tonight. Okay. We're not across the shore yet. let's start to kick off. Let's start to imagine that we are in this canoe, all of us. It's not necessarily a big canoe, but remember, we're in the spirit realm now. We're in the spirit realm, so we can all fit in this canoe. Yes. And we have to do that together, actually. We can't go as individuals. We don't need to do that anymore. We have to go as community. We have to go as family, and it has to be safe. It has to be brave. So as we are recognizing all of these pieces that the revolution of love, this vehicle for change, has been doing for us, what we get to experience on a Sunday night and how it has blessed us, we recall now some of the things that this vision statement says to us and what it tells us to do. And by God, we have had years of doing it. We embrace, number one, we embrace people where they are at. We get to embrace people. This is not, I don't think it's, it's how life ought to be. And yet it's not how it often is. People often are not embraced or valued for just being themselves. I'm going to say it to you. I'm talking to the person right now that may have not felt in your life consistently, truly, realistically valued and embraced. I'm talking to that person right now, because it is high time that you feel the embrace and that you receive it, and that any hurt, harm, or danger that has come near you, that wound that is unacceptable here at Roll. So if that was a religious wound, if that is a spiritual wound, if that is a wound, yes, because of how you love or how you look or how much money you do have or don't have, or however, all of the different things, whatever that wound is that has created harm, that has created division, it is unacceptable here. We say no more, and we embrace. We get to embrace you. And furthermore, as this is the 5 things that we do, we embrace. This is your call now, my friends. You have to do this work. You have to do this. Let me take that back. It's not work. You get to do this. You get to create. We get to create a world where we embrace, where we hear Manny, and we get to exalt Manny's voice, where we hear Taylor's words and we get to take note of the power behind them. And those are just 2 examples. We've had many other services and we could fill it out, yes? So we get to do this, my friends. We embrace people, not out of dogma, not because it's the nice thing to do. No, because this is a joy. This is passion. We get to love one another, and not from some try to think of the word that will not be offensive. What this ministry used to be called some 60s throwback. No offense to the 60s. We love that. Yes. This is about love. This is about our lives. This is about what we get to do. This is about change making. So yeah, we get to embrace each other. Let me move it along now. Let me move it along. I'll move it along. We celebrate each other. This is all in the vision statement. You can go through. It's all highlighted. Actually, I put it in the Roll Facebook group. we celebrate each other here. We celebrate our similarities. We celebrate our differences. We celebrate each other. Again, coming off of that sort of that wave of value and embracing, we get to have joy. We get to see people in all of their splendor. We get to challenge one another in the celebration and say, hey, we need to learn more. We need to give more. We need to exalt more. Again, this isn't work. When I said that, please, no. So we embrace and we celebrate. And these are things, again, that we get to do. And this is all going now towards the commitment, which I already talked about. We commit to our highest good. This is probably the biggest line in the vision statement. One of them is this line of we commit. And if we think that that happens one time, that it doesn't. It has to be ongoing. It has to be maybe sometimes several times a day. We commit. And then we may slip. And so we have to commit again. We embrace. We celebrate. We commit. And friends, I believe if that we had more consistency, feel this, please. If we had more consistency in exalted, high levels of spiritual and soul nourishment in our lives from early on, from when we were very young to whatever age we are right now in this moment, that life would look really different. There would be a lot less violence, far less othering. And we would be transformed. And that much more able to claim the fact that we are all change agents, all of us. All of us. So here's the thing. Tonight, you and we are being called to no longer play small, to not settle, to not lead a life of ordinariness, because there is nothing ordinary about you. There is nothing ordinary about this life. Tonight, we are being called to claim our power, to claim the divine honor and the divine responsibility to be change agents. Yes. This feels like a ritual this evening. And if there was a song, and maybe someone, because we have songwriters here, maybe someone will write one from this experience. Because this is all experience. And I imagine us now, and imagine in your mind's eye that from this place of dedication, from this place, yes, of renewal, from this place of all the healing and the transformation, the action that gets to happen for us and with us and through us, we do become, so inspired. We do become so motivated. We become excited too. And from that, we can hardly wait to embrace each other, to celebrate each other. You know, I know it's sometimes weird, right? There's this, I don't know, I don't want to say, you know, oh, I see you, we hear you, we love you. Oh, that's kind of weird. No, it's not weird. It's not weird. We are together. We are connected. And so as we push away, imagine it now, we are going somewhere we have never been. And as we push away from the shore, as we go into new territory, into new waters, we get to see in new ways. We get to exalt that which is truly holy. We get to recommit again and again to our highest good. This is God's country. This is love's word calling. This is love's word opening us into realms that we have never been in. Amen? Amen. And it is from this place that we are able to see those that have been waiting for us for so very long, saying, we are so glad you're here, welcoming us with open arms, saying, we are so grateful for you. We are so glad you said yes. Now, let's create the change together. And so it is. And so mote it be. Claim it. Claim it, my friends. We're going to move now into this. I mean, this is all prayers, this is all experience. So I'm not sure how much further we need to go, but we can go even further. Yes, we can. And so, Holy One, how good it is to be able to claim and say yes to the holy power, the righteous, healthy, balanced power, the equilibrium, the equalized power that it takes to be a change agent of you, to be a change agent for you, to be a change agent in the world, and recognizing that there is no hurt, harm, or danger in this place, and rebuking any of the lies and any of the wounds. Please make there be an open heaven, an open channel for the folks here. And however the wording looks for them that might feel right, then I know that is coming in for them better. Yes, yes. And so a dedication, once again, we know